everyone. I'm gonna try something new tonight. A little live stream for this 9:30 late game start. Figured I'd try it out because it's either that, do a video like during the game, or I stay up super late with these and try and do a video afterwards. We'll try the live stream route out this time and see what happens. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of it. Yeah, kind of a trial run, guinea pig kind of deal. Obviously, I did the live stream during the NHL entry draft this past summer. That was, I think, the last time I did a live stream. So it's been a while. Probably a little rusty, but we'll see. All right, so Blackhawks in Anaheim, first game of a 2-game back-to-back West Coast road trip. They'll be playing the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow night. Crawford getting the start in this one, so that's probably going to mean Cam Ward gets the start tomorrow. That's I'm not really too confident with these two games. I mean, we know Anaheim struggled at the beginning of the year. They had some players-only meetings. Things weren't looking very good. Blackhawks beat them early on in the season, but lately they've really picked up their game. They've got a couple guys back. They still don't have Corey Perry, but they have some other guys. And yeah, they're 6-2-2 in the last 10, so that's pretty good. So this is going to be a tough game for the Hawks. Looking at the lines that came out. Let's see here. You got Hayden, Anisimov, and Kane on that second line. That's we'll see, I guess, with that. I'm not really too thrilled with that. Fortin, Strome, and DeBrincat. I'm kind of excited to see what that line does. Kruger, Kampf, and Cahoon, they look pretty good. Last time on the fourth line, and then Sates, Perlini, top line, they'll be starting. Keith, Jokiharju, starting D pairing. Like that. I've always liked that pairing. I think it's really a good one for both players, both Keith and Jokiharju. Jokiharju obviously gets to learn from a Norris-winning defenseman as his, going through his first year in the league. And then obviously Keith has a young guy that's kind of, helping him get a little bit of a youth movement going on. But yeah, I like that. Manning and Seabrook, that second line though. I've never liked that one, but Manning's played pretty decently over the last couple of games, so it's not as bad as he was, at the very beginning of the season. So we'll see. I guess Gustafsson, Forsling, that'll be a very offensive third D pairing, and then as mentioned, Crawford starting in net tonight. So, whew, all right. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the late starts either. That's kind of why I'm doing this live stream, so I can hopefully go to bed earlier than if I would do a video afterwards. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think of this live stream, if I should do it more often or just be one and done with it. So yeah, if this does well, or if if everything goes well tonight, I'll probably do it again tomorrow for that Vegas game. It's another late start. It'll be a 9 o'clock start instead of 9:30 like tonight, but similar situation. So we'll see. Let me know. Jeez, way past my bedtime. Yeah. So right now it's still pre-game. They're still going through, kind of talking about. Conrad is interviewing Brandon Saad for me. So my stream's probably going to be fairly delayed from what you might see on TV if you are watching on the TV as well. So my reactions are probably going to be a couple seconds at least delayed. That's just kind of the unfortunate thing about it. But hopefully I'll have the correct score and everything down there, so you can kind of see where I'm at least. But oh man, when was the last time they played? When did the Hawks play last? A couple days ago? Sunday night? Was it Sunday night? It was Sunday night, wasn't it? Yeah, against Calgary. I hope they play a similar type of game to that game in Calgary. I mean, obviously I don't want them to lose, but in terms of an entertaining game, hopefully they can do that again rather than another like 8-3 loss that they had against Vegas last week. So that's my hope, at least for this game and probably for the rest of the season, honestly. But we'll see. We'll see. Rumor came out today. Elliot Friedman threw out the something on 31 Thoughts podcast talking about trading for who was it? Forget his name now. That's a fail. It's a fail on my part. I'm blanking. I'm just blanking. Let me go to Vancouver here. Gagne. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. I saw it. Sam Gagne. Yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of says it right there, though. I don't even remember his name. He's had a pretty awful year so far this year. So he had a good year 2 years ago when we initially looked for him. And then he was kind of okay last year, and then this year is just not doing very well. I don't see how that move would really make a whole lot of sense. The only thing I can think of is if we're getting rid of a contract, like maybe a Nisimos, but even that, you're not saving much with that. I don't think that kind of move would even. I don't think that move would make a whole lot of sense. I don't think he would really work all that well for us. But yeah, I think it's more just something that Elliot Friedman just threw out there. I don't think it really has a whole lot of weight to it. But that's my opinion, I guess. Oh man, the worst part about these start times is they always say it's 9:30 start, but the game doesn't actually. It doesn't actually start. The game doesn't actually start till like 9:45. So it's one thing I really don't like about hockey. Baseball's better with it. They were like 1:05 start time, pitches 1:05. It's nice in that way, but. Not a sport I can really watch a whole lot, though. That's a sport you basically have to go to the ballpark to watch. Unless it's playoffs. Playoffs is a little bit better. Yeah, I really liked how I really like that our guys are going to be playing in the World Junior Championships. I'm really excited to see how Bodine and Mitchell do, because I know we've seen them in training camp and they performed well there, but we've seen them in U18, but World Junior Championships, I think that's going to be another test for them. I'm looking forward to seeing them, and then a couple other guys, obviously. Definitely. Evan Barrett. Yeah, Evan Barrett. He's been lighting up at Penn State. He kind of started off a little slow, but now he's just trucking along there. And yeah, obviously you can put it together NCAA in college, but once again, yeah, World Junior Championships against a bunch of top end talent. That'll be another good test to see. I'm looking forward. It's been a while. It really has been a while since we've had this many high profile prospects playing in a tournament like that. So very exciting times. Obviously the Hawks right now aren't doing that great, but very bright spots in the future here. coming up. So, yeah, I would agree. I think hockey is a little bit. I mean, hockey in general, just the game is with the with how just the puck, and the redirects and everything. There's luck involved with it in that game, so it's definitely, it got more random variables involved, and that's what makes it exciting for sure. Obviously, we've seen teams. Penguins have won back-to-back. We obviously won 3 cups in 6 years there. I mean, there are teams that are seemingly always there in the playoff picture, always there hunting for a championship, but you always have some other teams, some new teams. Obviously Vegas last year, you had Nashville the year before. So you get kind of a nice mix of that. But it's nice because, the salary cap definitely helps in that regard. Unlike baseball. Although, I mean, you do see a little bit of parity in baseball, but it's not as good. But all right, they're doing the national anthem right now, so we're getting close. Trashville. I went to Nashville. I went there for Game 3? Was it Game 3 of 2015 when we played them in the playoffs? Nashville won that game. Obviously, we won the series, which was nice. But it was fun. It was fun to go to that. The city is. I mean, it's cool. It's got a lot of live music. It's really nice in that aspect, but it is a little bit too country for me. And obviously, it has the Predators, but I can see the appeal to it for people. I'm not really one to trash on places unless it's St. Louis, then I'll trash on that. But otherwise, that reminds me, God, the Ducks, they're wearing their third jerseys, their alternates, their mismatch. I hate them. I dislike them so much. Oh, man. Just go. I know what they're trying to do, but just go all the way and go. Just go all the way back to the 90s with it. Don't try and incorporate 20 years of design into it. 20 years of jerseys into the design. I get what they're trying, but it just doesn't. It doesn't work. Too many cooks in the kitchen. That's essentially what it is. Just go with the design, stick with it. Go back to the Paul Kariya days. God, just do it. It's not that hard of a decision. Just do it. All right, let's. I think we can officially switch this over. Yeah, let's do it. Going in. First period is starting. About time. 16 minutes after they say it's going to start. God. Johnny Murray, one of the linesmen. Ryan Kessler. God. I mean, can you blame me? Two guys that I just do not like. Yeah, that's right. Taves wins the open. I mean, he won it. Taves won that opening draw. Let's be real about it. Ducks may have gotten to it, but he won that draw. All right, so big key here. Yeah, Perry's still out. Big key here, obviously not allowing a goal in the first shift or the first 5 minutes. So, Ducks definitely got possessions. They're just cycling. I mean, if we continue to keep them to the outside, I mean, they can do this all they want. It's not that big of a deal. But pick to click. Looking at those lines, probably nobody on Kane's line, that's for sure. I'm probably gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go with Yoki Haru getting his first goal. That's what I'm going with. Feeling it tonight. Although he's not gonna get it if we can't ever get the puck. Oh, Pontus Aberg, former Nashville Predator. The other thing with Nashville is Okun. Oh. Another thing with Nashville is I don't hate him that much. I mean, I don't like him, but I got a buddy who's a Nashville fan, so I like to talk with him about it and kind of I like to support him a little bit if I can. Obviously not when they play the Hawks and as little as possible, but I don't hate them all that much. And then also, I mean, their team is based here in Milwaukee where I live, or their AHL team. So, I don't know. I've always been a Milwaukee Admirals fan way back before they even became an affiliate of the Predators. So it's kind of just like I used to watch them when Shea Weber kind of was playing down there and Pecorine and stuff. So I mean, I have a little bit of a soft spot for a couple of their guys and stuff. It's not like they have guys like Corey Perry and Ryan Kessler and Kevin Bieksa and stuff like that. So it's just their fans can be a bit annoying. I think that's really the worst part about Nashville, really. So, all right, Manning, Seabrook out there. Okay, this is the Anisimov, Hayden, Kane line. Hayden has played well. He's not a first or second line guy. He's a momentum or a energy type of guy. Oh, who's fighting here? Oh, Hayden. Well, there's the energy right there. Dachin? Oh, that wasn't a fight. That was a freaking wrestling match. 5 seconds. Yeah, so Nashville has this, they have this thing where they don't sell tickets to people outside of their area codes or zip codes to try and keep the red out or whatever. But you can easily get around that, especially if you're traveling down there like I was. You're staying in a Nashville hotel room. You just use the hotel's address or whatever when you're getting the tickets. So, and that gets around that whole zip code thing, and it's not really that big of a deal. It's just something they want to do. But yeah, it's kind of dumb. You don't really see that any other place either. A lot, obviously Arizona. I mean, Arizona's a little different, but like other transplant cities, you got Florida Panthers and other places where there's a lot of people who have moved there from up Chicago Midwest area or whatever. You're gonna see opposing fans be well numbered. But Nashville just tries to take that. Sorry, it's hard for me to talk when I'm watching the game. I have a lot of things going through my mind. So this is so this is Saad's first game in a while without that fishbowl. We'll have to see if that fishbowl really had superpowers or if he's actually the talent. Oof. All right, so Gustafsson out with Yoki Haru right now. Good pass to 410. Yeah, I've never played with a fishbowl myself. I've just played with a cage, but I can't imagine. Like I've kind of wanted to almost try one, but the more I think about it, there's no way. Like it would just fog up so much. I can't imagine what he was kind of going through with that. Although he's in much better shape than me and probably doesn't sweat as much. And 410, what was that? It's just, oh, 410. Someday his hands will catch up to him. He's like exactly like Vinny Hinostroza. He's just kind of a year or two away from Vinny's current skill level. It took Vinny a couple years to get his hands up to match his speed. We'll see what happens with 410. Oh, I think he just tripped. So right now, so far what I'm seeing through the first period or the first 5 minutes, we got Saad, backhand. Oh, he's looking pretty decent without the fishbowl. So the first thing I'm noticing is especially one of the things that we've really kind of seen be a big downfall with the Hawks this year is just the lack of a good back check, especially in the neutral zone area, and then obviously that carries into the defensive zone. We're seeing the Hawks do a pretty good job coming back and not allowing the Ducks to get any kind of good rushes going. So that's a positive so far through the first 5 minutes of this game. I didn't start playing until I only started playing hockey like 5 years ago. I started super late. I wanted to play early on, but parents were not about that expense. It's an expensive sport, and it's a very big time commitment too, especially at the younger ranks. But yeah, once I grew up, had money of my own and stuff, I wanted to get into it. And what was that? Did you even see that? Let's see here. We have just throws it on net. Yeah, there was a screen. I don't think. Yeah, Corey never saw it. Crawford never saw it. Strome, he's been up and down so far with us. I mean, he's been kind of in a slump all this year. So I'm gonna give him a little bit more time with, to see if maybe the slump is just kind of, just from lack of confidence being in Arizona, and it just takes some time to get out of it. We'll see. Obviously, chemistry he needs to get still, but he's had flashes. Oh, they scored again? Oh my God. This is what I was talking about with getting down in first 5 minutes. Keep doing this. We keep doing this. Oh, man. Well then. All right. Two nothing. 6 minutes in. I need to figure something out here. Hopefully it's not one of those, I don't know if you guys saw it. I think it was last night. I had it on that Calgary. Who'd they play? That Calgary versus Columbus. That 9-6 game. That was insane. That was insane. Yeah, Calgary scored like 5 straight goals in the second period. They were down like 5-1. And they came back and won 9-6. Yeah, it was That was nuts. It's like no defense being played there. Kind of like us. You know what they say, though, right? 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey. Unless they're playing us. That's pretty good. You're doing well. No, I mean, the Hawks, we'll see. We'll see. Honestly, they just need one goal. One goal, and they kind of get back into it, and then we go from there. But, I mean, first goal was a good goal. The second goal there was kind of a fluky one. Second goal was, yeah, I know, right, Walter? Just why do we stay up for these late games? Just imagine. I'm just glad I don't live on the East Coast. I'll tell you what, West Coast would be the best coast to watch for sports, for sporting events. That'd be the best time zone to live in. Absolutely. Most of the other games start at, 5 o'clock or whatever, so you never have to stay up late. Obviously, local games start at normal 7 o'clock. But every now and then I'll watch a Urinating Tree episode, but I don't religiously follow it or watch it. It's kind of like if one just kind of catches my eye. It puts out some pretty funny stuff, but I can't say I'm like huge into him. Yeah, it'd be nice if Boquist turned into a top 4 defenseman. I mean, it's kind of what you hope for with that number 8 pick, but prospects are weird. I don't think the I thought somebody just got wiped out. I don't think, honestly, right now, I don't think it's gonna be worth it for the Hawks to try and get a top 4 defenseman this season. I think what you'd have to give up to get one of those is it would do more harm than good. I think it would be better to wait either free agency or just wait for our defensive prospects, because I mean we got quite a bit of good talent in the defensive prospect pool. So this season I think is going to be kind of a lost cause for defensemen, unfortunately. Sorry. This is the only way I can get through Blackhawks games now. Oh, I got redirected. Yeah, yeah. I guess I should put a warning saying adult content or whatever. I had it on my last stream I did. Hey, thanks for tuning in with her. Thanks for stopping by. I know it's a late one for sure. Oh, Brandon Saad just... Oh, man. It's a good thing he had his stick there, because he had no idea someone was coming in behind him. That was one of those look what I found type of things, getting his stick in the way of that puck. Well, that's step one, I guess, right? And being better at defense. Get your stick in passing lanes. Imagine what happens. Trying to figure out what they were just stick clapping for. Must have shown something on the video board. Yeah, I know. I'm sad. I'm sad about that. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I got it at the convention this year. I was excited for it. I thought he was gonna be a big part of our core coming up. Thought he was gonna take the next step this year. See, he showed a lot of promise last year. took a good step last year, but just never took that next step. Well, at least so far this year. Disappointing for sure. Disappointing. We'll see. Gustafson's gonna rip one. No, he's not. The Ducks said nay. Oh, tripping over that blue line monster. Ooh, close one. Well, I mean, it's been a couple games. We'll see what happens. He might just be on a little bit of a streak. But he's looked pretty good so far in Arizona. He's obviously they're obviously wanting him to shoot more and really drilling that into his head because he's one of he's kind of the premier player on the line now on his line instead of being kind of playing second fiddle to Patrick Kane. So he kind of has to kind of embrace that role and be kind of the shooter or the playmaker a little bit more, do more of it. Obviously, Keller's a very good player, but McKellar's still only in his second year here, so. No, I don't think Gustafsson is a top 4 defenseman. I would say he's probably a 5, rather than a 6 or a 7. I would put him more at a 5, 6 at worst, I would say. But top 4, no. Top 4, he's top 4 offensively, but defensively, that brings him out. That brings him to number 5 for me. What's up, Louie? How's it going, bud? If you didn't know, the Hawks are losing again. Whoop. No, we can't get the puck out, apparently. That's fun. Oh, and he just completely loses Anisimov. Oh, Crawford just stoning him. That is... Do I think Ryan Reeves deserves the heart? It's only been a quarter of the season, bud. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I think right now, I would say probably not, but you never know. You never know. Gustafsson, yeah, it was. Yeah, the first 10 games we were 6-2-2. Things were looking pretty decent. Defensively we were still bad, but it was still kind of getting masked up by we were actually scoring. Our top line was doing well. Second line was doing well. That was kind of masking defensive issues. Once we stopped scoring, then kind of we realized, this Gustafsson's really not playing all that great. But yeah, he's got those flashes that kind of draw you in and like, oh, this guy's really good. It's tough. I like Gustafsson, but I just want to see him kind of like Schmaltz take that next step, become better defensively, round out his game more because he's got great offensive side to him, absolutely fantastic offensive side to him, but that only goes so far in this league. DeBrincat started off the year absolutely on a tear. He's kind of been, the lines have been messed around with a lot, and once he got kind of taken off that top line or whatever, he kind of started slumping. So, I don't know, DeBrincat's been in a bit of a slump right now. He'll get back to it though. He's a good player. He'll get back to it. Ducks are winning 2-0 right now, Louie. With I shouldn't even have to tell you. The score is right there. Look at my overlay. It's live. It's real. Well, it's not quite live, but it's the best I can do. Yeah, I don't. I don't think we're gonna have anybody going against you guys tomorrow night. Hey, if we, you don't have to tell me that. I want to beat every team, especially the Ducks, especially a team with Corey Perry and Kessler and the likes. Although Perry's not playing, but still. A wicked clapper. It was a wicked clapper. And Crawford saved. Oh, Richie. Richie's just... He just looks like a goon. I know that's mean, but he just does. He's just one of those types of players. One of those guys that just looks like a goon. Like he just grew up. That was his role. His entire life, probably. It's mean. It's mean. Oh. So if you guys can see that logo at mid ice, that 25th anniversary logo, that's just, it looks terrible. That's awful. I get what they're trying to do, but just like their third jerseys, their alternates, awful. Just an awful logo. Awful 25th anniversary logo. And then they got it on their helmet, so you look at Dotchin and see the 21 on the back of his helmet, and then you see the 25 right there. It's like, what number is he? Well, now that Hayden's playing in this game, oh, that was a nice tip by Kampf. Now that Hayden's playing in this game, to be able to send him down, like to bring up Sekera, he would have to go through waivers. I don't think the Hawks really want to have Hayden on waivers. So I could see Hayden getting picked up by someone. So I don't know who you'd drop down. Oh, good. Here's a... no, this is good. See, here's the thing. So Duncan Keith just kind of slipped and fell, or not really slipped, I guess, but he kind of caught an edge and fell. So we have a defense in the rush that kind of gets, oh, Keith's stick broke. That's not good. So he gets caught up on the rush. So we only have one defenseman back of two. And in games past, we've just had nobody come back to help and cover for him. But this time, we actually had guys back and prevented Anaheim from getting a 3-on-2 kind of rush or any sort of odd man rush there. So that's an improvement. That's a positive right there. Obviously, if it doesn't translate into goals scoring and wins, how much does it really matter? But still, there are improvements being made as games go on. It's just not everything's coming together at the same time. So, yeah, I guess Secure is an interesting. He's a very interesting case right now. I don't know what we're gonna do. Like I feel like he's played decently down in Rockford, but I feel like he needs to pick it up even more before he gets called up. I don't know. Like Secura's, what do we got going on here? Secure is supposed to be a kind of a top end talent, top end player. He's not like lighting it up. He's scoring, but he's not lighting it up. He's not really making a huge case for himself to get called up. And there's probably, and I'm not there. I'm not watching the Rockford games all that much. So I don't know exactly what the coaches are trying to develop with him. Maybe that just might need some time in terms of what they want to do with him. Carlton or the crew might want him to be better at certain things, and maybe he's just not there yet with those things. And I mean, so what's the benefit? Oh, that was a good passing play. That was a good power play movement there off the face-off win. But getting back to Sekera, it's like, what's the benefit of bringing Sekera up right now with a team that more than likely will not be making the playoffs this year. If it's better for his development to keep him down in Rockford. I mean, it's just kind of, Taze. So I don't know. I'm torn on it. I'd like to see Sekera up, but then what's the point though? If he's not really ready, or we really need him up. And obviously when we kind of signed him, he was quoted, best player in the NCAA, and he had a really good NCAA season, college, played well. But what if he just never adjusts to the pro game? What if he, kind of becomes a dud? That might happen. Hopefully not, but that was a good keep by Gustafsson. Nice pass. Oh, Gibson's played really well this year. That was a good play by the Hawks. Good keep by Gustafsson. But yeah, I mean, Gibson was the only reason that they were even winning games at the beginning of the season. Oh, I thought Strome had that. Oh, nice. Oof. So yeah, 0 for 1 on the power play here. But even though they didn't score there, I thought they did a lot of good things. At least they got into the zone. At least they set up and had a little bit of had a couple chances at least. But it would have been nice to cut this game down to a 1-goal lead. That's for sure. Louie, yeah, Anthony Louie, he looked good last year too, but I don't know. He's one of those. I don't know. He's one of those guys where Anthony Louie seems like one of those guys that's just gonna be kind of an AHLer. I don't know. That's just what it seems like. But he can tear it up at that level. I don't know. I don't know if he could do it at the NHL level. I don't know. And he doesn't seem like he has the build either, right? But DeBrincat doesn't look like he has the build for the NHL, so who knows? But yeah, Louis, yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, if there's going to be a season where we start kind of bringing some players up, I guess, if there's injuries, this would be the season to do it. But, but that's the thing. Like, who do we send down? Because, guys have to clear waivers. Actually, I should probably look that up, actually. Who is waiver exempt on our team? So Cahoon we could send down. Cahoon, Strome, Perlini. I guess we could send down DeBrincat, but we're not going to. And 410. So we could like 410 maybe. I don't know. Like who do you send down? Yeah. 410, yeah. 410 would make the most sense, right? To send down. I don't know. I think it's going to be more likely we see somebody get called up if there's an injury. I think that's really going to be the main scenario that I think we see that happen with. Yeah, I like Cahoon too. I think he's done some really good things for us. And yeah, he probably would go back to Germany. So I don't think Cahoon's gonna get sent down. If anybody, it'd probably be 410. But like I said, I would be willing to bet that nobody gets sent down until there's some sort of injury that happens. Although we'll have to see with Murphy coming back soon what happens there. Forsling, I used to, Perlini. I used to think Forsling had top 4 in him. Oh, he was in the crease. He scored it. Oh my God, Manning just. Oh, now Manning's gonna get in a fight. He doesn't want to fight, Manson. just pulls him up. Back to Forsling, I guess. I used to think Forsling was gonna turn into a top 4 guy. I thought he displayed a lot of good flashes and he looked very promising. I think now he's very similar to Gustafsson, I would say, in terms of being. Oh, did that hit the post? Oh, crossbar. Oh my God. Forsling is one of those guys that he might be a 4, but I would see him more as a really good 5. I would say. I think it's this kind of similar thing to Gustafsson. He's got a really good upside on the offense. Defense still needs some work. But if I were to compare Gustafsson to Forsling, I would say Forsling does have a bit better defense to him. I think Gustafsson's offense is a little bit better, and so you take those two things. I think they're pretty much very similar players in that regard, in terms of where you'd slot them in. Are we getting another power play here? No? Wait. Yeah, we are. Okay. Well, here we go. So if Hawks score here, get a goal right before the period ends, that could be a big lift for him, right? It's always a nice thing to go into the locker room with. Go 1 for 2 on power plays in the first period. So, oh my God, we need somebody in front of the net. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Riley. Good to have you here. Yeah, it's a late one, so take care, bud. So, yeah, so one of the things I'd love to see, well, I mean, why not try putting you in, right? What are they going to do? Lose again? One of the things I just want to see from our power play, we need to get somebody in front of the net. Like, it's the fact that we don't do that, or we do that a lot less than we should, is just mind-boggling to me. Like, we always have a guy to the side. You know, we have Taze kind of to the side of the net there for that one play, right? You know, the down low and then to the slot area kind of play. But okay, now Taze is in front. Like right now, he should be in front with Gustafsson having the puck. But see, now Kane takes a shot. He had the puck on the sideboards. He got the puck, so Taze moved to the side, but then Kane came around to the front, and Taze has got to get to the center of the net again. When the puck's in the center of the ice, you got to have a guy. You have to have a guy in front of the net. It really kind of pisses me off. Well, all right. So we're 0 for 2 on the power plays in this period. Fun stuff. But so what do we got here for first period stats? We got 24 seconds left still in the period, but I want to kind of see the what is it shaping up to be here? What's the box score? There it is. There it be. Seven shots for Chicago. They didn't have a shot on that power play. 7 shots for Chicago, 12 for Anaheim right now. That's probably how this period's going to end. Oh, okay, so 8. We got 8 shots. Better than 5, I guess. Better than 5. Still didn't give ourselves a whole lot of good opportunities. Although, I think we really only had one great opportunity in that first period. And Gibson stoned DeBrincat there. And then that would be pretty much the reason why the Ducks have a 2-goal lead. Oh, man. So, it's shaping up to be another one of those games. Down in the first period. And not really a whole lot of stuff getting generated offensively. Just a lot of stuff kind of on the outside. But in previous games, we've had it where we've had a period like this. And then we'll get a goal, early on in the second period. We might tie it up in the second period. So we get back into the game, and then the other team, or the Ducks in this case, would then score, and we would just kind of fall apart after that. Hopefully that doesn't happen in this game, but it's kind of the route it's going on right now. So. Oh, Ducks and Hawks. Ducks and Hawks. When I was younger, I always viewed this matchup as kind of like team, Mighty Ducks, right? Ducks versus the Hawks. We were always the bad guys. I love it. I love the bad guy mentality, or being kind of bad guys in the NHL, or used to be, kind of not anymore, but I embrace the evil a little bit. Enjoy it. It's just more fun, right? Let's see, so 8 shots, 12. Let's see, 0 for 2 on the power play. We didn't have a penalty in that period, so the Ducks didn't have a power play chance. We dominated face-offs, which is something, because so with the Ducks, Getzlaf is usually a good face-off taker, and Corey Perry's, or not Corey Perry. God, I always mess him up. Ryan Kessler is not too shabby himself at the dot. So to be winning 61% to 39% in the face-offs is pretty good, and if we can keep that up, that should open up some doors for us as the game goes along. But we'll see if that kind of reverts back to kind of the normal, or gets back to kind of 50% there. Oh, that's interesting. We're out hitting the Ducks 13-7 right now. Usually we are very much on the other side of that. Yeah, so defense, defense hasn't been great. I don't think they've been terrible in this game, but I mean the 2 goals that Anaheim has, one was from the point where there was just a screen in front and Crawford never saw it. And then the second goal was just kind of, it was a shot from the boards essentially. It was a bad angle shot, and it just snuck over Crawford's shoulder, hit his mask, went in. It's hard to say that the defense was at fault to either of those goals. Now, the Ducks had more chances than that, and there were some defensive breakdowns, but I don't think they've been absolutely atrocious. And there's been some bright spots, but it doesn't help when having bright spots still means you're down 2-0 at the end of one period. Okay, let's see what other scores we got going on here. We have, let's see. Sharks are beating the Hurricanes 2-0 at the end of one. Hurricanes out shooting the Sharks 17-9. Who has the goals? Goals. Gaudreau. I don't want to pronounce it like Gaudreau, like Johnny Gaudreau, but Gaudreau has one, and then Hurdle has the other for the Sharks. The Pacific Division is just, it's a weird one. It always is. Every single, it's not really any like great teams in that division right now. Obviously with the Sharks getting Carlson, you'd think they would kind of, take another step there, but they've struggled. Vegas struggled earlier. Anaheim struggled earlier. Both those teams are kind of starting to pick it up now, but a lot of teams kind of got off to poor starts. Kings weren't really doing very good. Oilers have kind of been doing all right. But we'll see. We'll see if they can keep it up or if they kind of fall apart. We'll see how far McDavid can take them. Oilers beat the Blues tonight in a shootout. So that's nice. Let's see who scored there. Nugent Hopkins, Clefbaum, and then they won in the shootout. I don't know who got the shootout goals there. Barbashev and Shen scored for the Blues, but obviously not enough. All right. It's only 3 games tonight. All right, well. Yeah, I'd like to see Manning get shipped off at the deadline. Hopefully. It'd be great. I don't know. Manning's played better in the past couple of games, but better's not really that great, especially when you have, this team. So, well, and you look at it, Manning's also playing on Seabrook's line. That line in general, Seabrook and Manning, that's not a good pairing. I don't know why you'd put those two together. It's like, so, yeah, not a big fan of that. I don't think that's helping him any, and he needs all the help he can get, really. Let's see, what do we got? Yeah, Calgary's really the only team that's really been doing well in the Pacific, like steadily. Obviously, yeah, Anaheim has kind of picked it up. Arizona's picking it up a little bit too. But but just like last year, just like the last couple of years, really, or last. I mean, you could almost say close to the last decade. The Central Division is the division to beat in the Western Conference. Obviously, a couple of years there where the Kings and the Sharks kind of went on, but to represent the West. But the Western or the Central Division is just there's a reason why it's called the Thunderdome. It is one tough division. That's why it's like right now for the Hawks, like we used to be the team, at the top that is like other teams would have, good seasons. Nashville would have good seasons. Minnesota would have good seasons. Maybe Dallas or Colorado would have good seasons, but or St. Louis would have good seasons, but it didn't matter because the Hawks were just so good. So it was almost like you're just wasting good years. Now there's, tables have turned a little bit, so the Hawks aren't the good team anymore, but Nashville's really good. Winnipeg's really good. Colorado's getting back up there. Minnesota's just every single year is just as a playoff team, but they're still kind of just a good team. But the point is, I guess, is what it's so tough. Like, what would be the argument to really try and go for it right now, where the Hawks are at with their team or with their talent level, and obviously their record? Like, what's the point of it? Of making the playoffs right now, and then having to run into teams like Nashville or Winnipeg or Colorado even. Like, there's just so many good teams right now in the Central. Like, if you don't have a top tier team in the Central, like, you're better off. And this is a crappy mentality for sure. But like, what's the, like, it's almost like it's just not worth it. And right now we're just kind of taking our punches. This last season, this season, probably next season, we're kind of just taking our punches until we can kind of retool the team and get back up to competing. But so there's no reason to really make any drastic changes right now. Like I said earlier, trying to get a top 4 defenseman for this year is. I don't think that would be a really wise decision. You just give up way too much for not really much of a reason, honestly. Even if they got a top 4 defenseman, even if you somehow found a way to shore up the defense so much that we were able to make a playoff run or run into the playoffs to get a spot, there's no way that would get us farther than the first round or second round at best. At that point, our standards from this past decade have been, conference final or bust, essentially. Like, if we don't have a team that's good enough to get to the conference final, it's a disappointment. At least it has been, especially with this core of players. So until they go away, their contracts end, they retire or whatever, that's essentially kind of just the standard you'll have with them. And there's really no reason to try for anything less, I would say. So right now, this year, last year, next year, just kind of have to take our punches until we can get back up to that level, or other teams in the Central drop off for whatever reason and we get back up there. That's kind of where it's at least in my mind. Let's see, what was I looking for earlier? Oh yeah, I wanted to look at stats, player stats for the Hawks here. Let's see. Kruger with less than 4 minutes. DeBrincat with less than 4 minutes of ice time. Like that right there. Like, and he was on the power play. He had 3:52 in ice time, and we are on the power play twice. That's Jakubczak. Come on. Like that's not acceptable. Forsling leads defenseman in time on ice with 8:19. Yeah, Keith following that, and then Gustafson coming in third. I don't know. I can see Colleton mixing up lines here. Try to get something going. I would like to see Jakubczak back up on that first line. we might be replacing the Coyotes. Watch out. Everybody's saying Arizona, like, hey, you guys might move to Houston or Quebec or something. Look out. We might be the ones moving if we keep playing like this. Actually, that would be an interesting question. It would never happen, obviously. The Hawks would never move. But let's say they did, just for the sake of argument. If they moved to Houston or some other city, what would you do? What would you do? Would you still watch hockey? Would you still be a fan of the Hawks? That's an interesting question. I don't know if I'd root for them if they moved away. I don't know what I'd do. Kind of at a crossroads in my mind. Especially because they wouldn't, for the sake of argument, let's say they move, it would be after like Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, like our cup winning core has moved on, they've retired, they've left. There's not really a whole lot of attachment after that then, unless they won some more cups with some, other players. But yeah, I don't think I might just even maybe I would switch to being an Arizona Coyotes fan. Honestly, Coyotes probably are. I would say probably this is a distant, but I would say the Coyotes are probably a second team. If I would have to answer what a second team for me would be, probably the Coyotes. I've always kind of enjoyed kind of Arizona teams to an extent. Obviously, it's a distant second, but if anything, I'd probably root for them. Maybe I wouldn't be a hardcore fan, but I'd probably be more of just kind of maybe just an NHL fan. I don't know. It's a difficult one. Maybe I'd stop watching hockey altogether. Nah, that probably wouldn't. That probably wouldn't happen. Who knows? Atlanta Thrashers jersey. Oof. Oof. Is it a Hossa? Is that Atlanta Thrashers Hossa jersey? Or a Bufflin? Dustin Byfuglien? Nikolai Khabibulin. He wasn't a Thrasher ever, but just names that sound funny if you pronounce them wrong. Or pronounce how they're spelled. Alright, looks like they're going to be starting up the period. Second period. About time, right? Man, intermissions go by so slow. Unless you actually do something during them. Then they go by pretty quickly. Actually, they're a lot slower than like halftime is for the NFL. I remember Sunday watching games or had games on the TV and halftime came on, so I'm like, oh, I got some time until the next period starts or whatever, and thought I had a lot more time. And before I knew it, like they were already kicking off. I was like, Jesus. Oh, no icing. All right. Oh, here we go. Oh, Sod. You can't just miss that puck there. You're a professional. Do professional things. Okay, Crawford, do something. Meltdown Central. Oh, Kane. Oh. That's another thing. Like, we're just... It seems like... I mean, we don't get a whole lot of chances to begin with. Or we've been struggling to generate chances. But then when we do get good chances, we're just missing the net so much. We miss the net, or Brandon Saad hits the crossbar like 50 times in a season. That guy is insane with hitting posts. He could be a 30-goal scorer if he didn't hit posts. All right, so we had 2 fights. Oh, that was a good save by Crawford. That was a really good save by Crawford. Let's see. Oh, I thought Getzlaf tipped it. It looks like it didn't. Looks like he didn't tip it. Oh, never mind. Kane hit it. Okay, so that hit Gibson's mask. I thought he just missed it. That was an inch to the right, and that's a goal for Kane. An inch to the right, and that's a goal. It doesn't matter. I mean, you could say that about pretty much every shot, but that's the thing. Like, that's hockey, though, right? The margins are so small. As there's luck involved. It's you need to have puck luck. You need to have things kind of go your way, right? You can't miss by an inch. It's the difference between scoring a goal and not. It's the difference between winning games and not. You might not make a whole lot of mistakes during a game, and you can still lose, 4-2 or whatever. And you might have played a pretty darn good game. That's hockey. I'm not, not making excuses for the Hawks, because you don't keep losing consistently if you're a good team. But that's just kind of the thing with this game that we love. Oh, Jesus, get the puck out of the zone. My goodness. Oh, that just missed. That one just missed. Jesus. Oh, here we go. We're probably dead tired. Yeah. There's no way they're going to have a good odd man rush there being at the end of a shift. That's unfortunate. But that's the way it goes. That was a good pass. Was that Keith or Yoki Hart? I think that was that, I can't tell if that was Keith. It looked like Keith. Now Keith is getting the penalty. There's a nice, beautiful outlet pass, stretch pass to Perlini, and then he commits a penalty. Yeah, that's interference. All right, let's see what the Hawks do on this penalty kill. First penalty kill of the game. It'll be interesting. Penalty kill's not done that great recently. But the Ducks don't really have the greatest power play. But it doesn't really matter too much with us. We'll probably give up a goal here. Oh, here's a good opportunity. Good save. So we were up. So that's the thing. Like, we can be up 61%, or we could be getting 61% of the face-offs during the game. But you lose one, a power play face-off in the defensive zone, that can lead to a goal very easily. One mistake like that can trickle to being, a minus on the score sheet. So overall, you can say, oh, we did pretty good in this game, but you still lost or whatever because of just a simple mistake like that. Oh, here we go. Here we go, Taze. Let's go, Shorty. Oh, Gibson. Thought Taze was going to get another Shorty there. Maybe Taze will just score Shorties from here on out. That's going to be the only goals he scores for the rest of his year. Yeah, it's a pretty easy save for Gibson. I mean, he's played really well, and he knew where Taze was going to go with that shot. Skate left, shoot right into the glove. So we have Forsling and Yoki Haru on a penalty kill right now. It's interesting. It's an interesting defensive combo. So you see Anaheim, they've got a guy right in front of Crawford. And we see that with every team that we play, it seems like. But we never do it. We never do it on our power plays. We never put a guy in front of the net. Not for a prolonged amount of time. And they're never there when we take a shot. So, I mean, and the Ducks have the same power play setup as us. It's just they're better at it. Although we killed off the penalty, so that's nice. Oh, Jesus. How did he get that open in the slot? Puck just bounced to him, though. It just found him. But he's still just wide open. Okay, well, somebody's got to pick him up. Jesus. Oh, my God. I mean, Yoki Haru, he was taking the guy in front of the net because the guy with the puck wasn't on his side. But then when the guy went around the net to his side, he's got to, once he realizes somebody's going to cover for him there defensively, he's got to then jump out and take that guy with the puck. But he just left him, and he just let the guy just walk right in. Oh! Nice. Nice pass. Nice play. There it is. There's the goal. We're right back in this game. We're right back in this game. That was a great pass. I was not expecting Keith to pass that. I thought he was going to shoot it for sure, but obviously he didn't have a lane. Let's see what... The fact that Kane could even get this... The fact that Kane got that puck to Keith is just insane to me. And then, yeah, so he didn't have it. So Keith didn't have any sort of lane to really shoot. So it makes sense why he passed that. It's hard to see from the broadcast angle. So he passed that, and honestly, like, there's not a lot of room for Gustafsson to get that puck through. I mean, that went to the right of the defender and inside the near cross or the near post. Like an inch to the left or the right there, that's not a goal. It's just crazy how fine of detail it has to be for a puck to either go in the net or not. It's crazy. It's nuts. I love it. All right, let's actually add a goal here, right? I don't want to make it look like it's still 2-0. It's 2-1. We're back in this game. We're back in this game. What do we got? Let's see. What are we at here now? So it looks like Chicago's we got 3 shots to their 5 so far in this period. But we've got a goal and they don't. Funny how that works. We're still 61-39 in faceoffs. We're still doing good there. But yeah, I mean, you make one mistake, right? Gibson kind of lost his net there. And we took advantage of it. Gustafsson scored. I mean, just a minute before that, Yoki Haru didn't jump off and go to cover the guy with the puck. He had wide open lane to just walk it to Crawford. If he scores there, you know, it's one mistake and that's a goal. But they didn't take advantage of it. Problem is, so the Hawks, and there's been some games for the Hawks where I thought they, for the most part, played pretty decently defensively, but every single mistake they had, and it really came to fruition in that Vegas game. Like, every single mistake the Hawks made. And they made enough mistakes, but I wouldn't say it was their worst defensive performance of the year. But Vegas took advantage of every single mistake they had. And that's one of the things just Vegas does really well. They just take advantage of their opportunities, like every single one. But it is what it is. And that's usually where, you know, elite goaltenders come into play, right? But when you're giving up such high danger... Oh, that almost went off Perlini's skate in it. But when you give up a lot of really high danger chances like the Hawks have given up, it really doesn't matter the goaltender you have. And the thing is, honestly, Crawford, if it wasn't for the defense in front of him, Crawford, you could argue... like if he had a good defense in front of him, Crawford would be in the running for Vezina right now with the way he's played, straight up. But his defense has given him no help. He's let in. I mean, there's been so many high danger scoring chances the other teams have had, and he has. Well, he's not going to stop all of them, and because of that, well, his stats just don't look very good. And with the stats that he has and with the team, you know, and the place in the standings there's just no way a goaltender like that is going to, you know, ever compete for a Vezina trophy, even if they're playing really, really good. But there's been right now my Vezina. Oh, there's a turnover by Manning. Oh, Manning's getting spun around. And talk about Crawford. Oh, does Seabrook just... Oh, Seabrook. That was a Vezina-like save from Crawford right there. Whew. Manning looked rough. That was bad. He got turned around he did like a full 720. He probably would have got bronze in snowboarding half pipe there. Jesus. Oh, Forsling tried to do a spin around. Right now, and I have a very scientific way of doing this, but my Vezina frontrunner right now is Frederik Andersen. And it's funny because you think of the Maple Leafs, they don't have their defense is not very good, right? But he's playing very well right now, and obviously every goaltender has a bad game or two, and he's had that. But for the most part, he's played absolutely outstanding this year. And with my very fancy high-tech statistics and algorithms and everything, he's right now the front runner. Crawford is nowhere near it. That was an interesting keep by Gustafsson. So we're halfway through the game. I wouldn't say, I don't think we're really playing any better in the second period than we were in the first period. I don't think we're playing really all that much better. But instead of being, letting in 2 goals this period, we've scored a goal. Even though I feel like we've played pretty much the same. Hockey's just a funny game. Oh, Keith. Gotta be harder on your stick. Oh, everyone's gotta be harder on their stick. Strome is super soft on his stick. Alright, so now Jokiharju pick. Oh, good job. Oh, Yoki, come on. Oh, now Yoki's leaving him again. Okay. So Jokiharju did a great job getting that puck back. He knocked the guy off the puck, took it away, but then he had more time than he thought, and he didn't look, and he just backhand pass, no look pass where he thought a defenseman, Keith would be behind the goal. Nobody was there. It was an Anaheim player. And that's the thing. Obviously that was a mistake by Jokiharju, and if it was Manning. If it was Manning doing that, or Seabrook or Keith doing that, I would not be very happy. I'm not happy Jokiharju did that, but I'm very lenient with Jokiharju this year, because he is 19, 20 years old, right? He's a young guy, first year in the league, rookie. He's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna make rookie mistakes. But I think this entire year is going to be very, very good for him, especially if he continues to play with Duncan Keith and kind of learns the ropes of what it takes to be an NHL, good NHL defender like Keith has been for his entire career. Obviously, he's tailed off lately, but if he can learn, the tricks of the trade and everything from him, this year is going to be absolutely fantastic in terms of just learning for Jokiharju. He's going to make mistakes. He's going to give up goals. But I think in the long run, it's going to be a really, really good thing. And him making these types of mistakes, obviously they're going to watch it on film. He's going to know about it. He's going to learn from it. So, yeah, definitely very lenient with Jokiharju. He's one of the guys where he makes a mistake like that, and I'm like, you know what, that's fine. Whatever, move on. Keep at it. Keep going. Manning makes that. Somebody else makes that. Scratch him for the next game. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at right now. If you're someone that has been in the league and should know better, then I don't really have a whole lot of wiggle room with you. But But for guys like Jokiharju, and then next year it'll be probably Boquist or maybe Mitchell. We'll see. We'll have to see what happens with the trade deadline in the offseason, because we have a lot of defensemen tied up in contracts next year. We don't have a whole lot of room for anybody else to really come up. So like Manning, if we're gonna get rid of him at the trade deadline or something, that'll free up a spot. Gustafson maybe, or like I could see possibly getting rid of Gustafson at the deadline. If there's a team out there that needs a scoring fifth or sixth player, that might that could be something that gets us a decent a somewhat decent return. I mean, if Ryan Hartman can get you a first, Gustafson might be able to get you one as well if you find the right team, the team that's desperate enough, right? I mean, heck, we paid a first for Kimmo Timonen, and he hadn't played hockey in a year. It's funny. It's funny what first rounders. Oh. All right, here's all right. Oh, that was a good tip by Hayden. So yeah, I mean, it's funny the difference a first rounder is worth, or the worth of a first rounder is at the deadline compared to the off season, or even just during the regular season at some other point. Teams get desperate when they're trying to make a run. And you can take advantage of it by, especially in the position we are in. We haven't been in this position all that much in the last decade, so it's kind of new for us. But if we do things right, like we did last year with trading Hartman away and getting a first rounder for him, who turned into Bodine. If Bodine, I mean, he's looked great so far in training camp and elsewhere, and playing juniors, and he's got a real big upside to him. If we do that again here this year, I mean, that could be the difference in this rebuild that we're in, this rebuild or retooling, whatever you want to call it, between that lasting a year or two, and it lasting 5 years. Oh, you can't turn that puck over. Did Crawford get there, or did that hit the post? Jesus. You can't turn that puck over. We've done that so much. It's just annoying. It's just annoying how much we do that. How much we turn the puck over in situations where we should easily get the puck out. Reminds me of Campoli in 2011. Oh, did that hit the post? That looked like it hit the post. I mean, from the reaction of Crawford, it looked like it hit the post. So he did not seem very sure of himself after that shot. And he very much could have gotten a piece of it, but it looks like it still hit the post afterwards. Oh, that's good work here. Oh. That was a great pass by Strome. DeBrincat just whiffed on it. That should have a tie game, honestly. That was a great pass by Strome. And DeBrincat, I mean, he buries that more often than not, and he just didn't. He just kind of, I don't know if the puck bounced on him or what. He just didn't get anything on it. That was unfortunate. But that was a good sequence, though. That was a good forecheck. And that started with, there was a dump in, I think, by, was it? I think it was by Anisimov. Got the puck in, then Kampf went in, forechecked, and then went from there. I've been really pleased with camp lately. He's done some really good things. He doesn't show up all that much on the score sheet, but he's done a lot of good things this year. I've been pleased with his effort and his play for the most part. See, what do we got? What are the scores here? What do we got going on? Anything change? Sharks beating the Hurricanes 4-0. 2 minutes left in the second. I guess that's the only other game on right now. Yeah, the Oilers already beat the Blues. Sharks, 4 goals on 16 shots. Man, Hurricanes must be really, really missing Darling right now, right? We've got a... who they have in net right now in this game? They have McElhaney's in. McElhaney. Good old 750 save percentage. That's nice. That can be icing. Yeah, that's icing. Okay. Be nice if we could win a defensive zone draw, even if we're winning 60% of them, of face-offs. We're definitely not winning 60% of defensive zone draws. But there's also rules in place to give the offensive team a little bit more of an advantage, so it's not really that far-fetched of a thing. Oh. Oh, Crawford. Well, I mean, I guess I don't blame him, but that probably would have been icing if Crawford didn't come out and play that. Tip, yeah. Hawks got lucky there. Oh, getting lucky again. Jeez, they're just under fire right now. All right, now we get a little bit of a cycle going ourselves. Oh, now we just threw it around. Nobody's there. Oh. Let's see. Side dumps. Oh, doesn't. Oh, offsides. So, let's see. Oh. Kano stole that one away. Oh, Nisimov with a good forecheck, though. It's unfortunate. Not going to go for icing. Next time there's an icing, and Yoki Haru's hilarious to me when there's an icing and he's on the ice, because he never gets the puck. He never goes and gets the puck. He just skates right by it. A lot of players will grab the puck and kind of like take it and flip it to the ref or whatever. Yoki Haru just skates by it. He doesn't want anything to do with that puck. I think it's pretty hilarious. Oh, Gustafsson. Oh, that hit the post. Oh. Oh, he lost it. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh. Man, Gustafsson just walked in there too. Keith has nobody to pass to. That's offside. Oh, man, that could have tied it up there. I mean, Gustafsson just walked in. They gave him so much room. And then they screened their own goalie. Oh. An inch to the left, and that's in. It's a game of inches. Any given Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Days just blend together. That's icing again. So let's see here. Oh, he's got it. Crawford's got it. So we had 2 fights in that first period, and it's kind of quieted down since then. Now there's a little bit of a get together, but the second period has been pretty darn calm. I'm a little surprised. But oh, I didn't know. Conroy just said that Perry is going to be out for the entire year. I didn't know he was going to be out that long. I thought he was just kind of out for a couple months, but you got to think. Oh, that's a good steal by Saad, but he's got no help. He's going 1v3. Oh, that was actually a really good. Oh, that was a really good effort by Saad. I didn't think he had anything. He somehow got that to the front of the net. You put that near the net, good things can happen. Now the Hawks have they have. Oh man, that was a shot very similar to the Ducks' second goal. That just hit Gibson up high. He never saw it. Hawks have had a couple chances to have this game tied. They just haven't gotten the puck to really. Oh, speaking of which, wow, DeBrincat showing yourself. Wow, that was a hell of a play. Like soccer chested it down and then just whacked at it. There it is. That was a good push. That was a good push from the Hawks there. Right before the end of the period, and they get a goal. That's a quality type of goal to get. Wow. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. Jesus. See, there you go. Getting tying Tie game with 27 seconds left in the period. I mean, that's a big goal to get going into intermission. And here's the thing, like, the Hawks have played maybe a little better in the second period, but I wouldn't say they've played that much better than they did in the first period. I wouldn't say they've played 2 goals better. Well, and essentially net 4 goals better, right? First period they gave up 2 goals. This period they didn't give up 2 goals. First period they didn't score any goals. Second period here they scored 2. So it's like a net that they've gained essentially a 4-goal swing, right? 4-goal difference between first and second period. But in terms of how they played both those periods, I don't think there was a whole lot of difference in play. But they took advantage of some chances. They got, and they just capitalized on their chances, really. That's what it is. They had some goal scoring luck and skill, but don't read those. Don't read DeBrincat's lips after he scored that one. He says some naughty words. So yeah, tie game going into the third. That was a good period. Good bounce back for the Hawks. Maybe not necessarily in play, but they didn't. Their play didn't get worse, right? And we've seen a lot of second periods where they've just come out and been awful. So the fact that they didn't do that, and then they scored a goal kind of. Well, they didn't really score early on, I guess, but they got the 2 goals there, tie this game up going into the third. It's a good period for sure. And the hope is, the thing that they just haven't done a whole lot of now this year is taking good periods like this and taking that momentum, especially into the third period. They haven't. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I gotta give. Did I not give? Didn't give Chicago a goal. It's a tie game. What am I doing with my life? Jeez. Not on top of things, apparently. Not on top of things. Got 4-1 now, so Hurricanes scored a goal. Who scored it for them? Walmart scored it. I almost thought it said Hallmark there. Like, 'tis the season for Walmart to score. Looks like Pavelski got the 4th goal for the Sharks. So Ducks, 26 shots on goal to the Blackhawks 18. But it's a tie game. Let's see what others. Let's see here. Ducks have taken the lead in hits now. We were leading at the end of the first period, but the Ducks now have 24 hits to our 19, which is kind of back to normal. Ducks had a power play in that second period, but we killed it off. So that was good. So no special teams goals so far in this game. Let's see. Yeah, we're just so face-offs have come back down a bit. We're leading 54% to 46% in that. That's pretty much it for team stats. Let's look at DeBrincat. Instead of only having, well, he still didn't really gain all that much time on ice. He had a little bit more, so he's up to 8 minutes on time on ice right now. One goal, plus one, 3 shots. Jonathan Toews. Jonathan Toews is leading in ice time for forwards with 14 minutes, 18 seconds. He did get the assist on that goal. He kind of got it over, put it into DeBrincat's chest there before DeBrincat had to use some soccer skills to get that down to his stick. Let's see, who we got? Forsling's still leading time on ice for defenseman. He's at 15 minutes, 34 seconds. Essentially leading that by 2 minutes over the next guy, which is Keith. Let's see. Yoki Harju has the least time on ice for the Hawks defensively. He's at 10 minutes, 12 seconds. Brandon Manning's playing 2 minutes more than him. And you know what? Honestly, though, I'm going to kind of chalk that up to... So in the second period, you have the long change, right? Well, no, because Yoki Harju plays on the right-hand side. I was going to say, because if you're the defenseman nearest the boards, you're nearest the benches, the bench areas, it's easier for you to change in the second period when it's a long change. You can kind of take that risk and change. But if you're on the opposite side, it's like you have to be super sure the puck is all the way down before you go and change, because it's just a lot more ice to cover. So I was thinking Yoki Harju could have been on the near side, but if he's been playing the right hand side, then he should theoretically be out there longer just because of the if there's tougher chances to change. But if that's not the case, though, then yeah, so kind of so it almost seems like Colleton's kind of been hesitant with Yoki Harju so far in this game. He's made a couple mistakes or whatever, but but I don't know. I'm not a fan of seeing Manning getting more ice time than Yoki Harju. Crawford, 24 saves of 26 shots, 923 save percentage. I mean, that's a pretty darn good save percentage, right? Oh, DeBrincat's a player, that's for sure, Josh. He's a stud. He is a stud. For sure. So, speaking of young guys, so the Seattle expansion team, so they're going to get the next expansion team. So we're going to have a expansion draft coming up in the next few years here. It's going to be the same rules as the Vegas expansion draft. So, so teams will have to pick 7 forwards, 3 defensemen, and a goalie to protect, or 9 skaters and a goalie to protect. No move clause players automatically are protected, and then players who have played 2 years or fewer in the league are automatically exempt. So, with that said, by the time this expansion draft will happen, which if Seattle's going to start playing the 21-22 season, the expansion draft is going to come after the 2021 season. So that's 2 years from now. So Yoki Harju, we would have to protect. Obviously, DeBrincat we'd have to protect. But guys like, say, Adam Boqvist, if they come up next year, Adam Boqvist or Ian Mitchell or anyone else, Nicholas Bodin, if those guys come up and start playing next year, it doesn't like they'll still be exempt because they'll only have 2 years. And that's saying we play both those years, because there's a very good chance that in 2021 there's going to be some sort of there'll probably be a lockout. A lot of signs point to that. So we might not even get to that year. So if that year doesn't even happen, let's say that year doesn't even happen, then we wouldn't even have to protect Yogi Haru, because he wouldn't have 2 years in the league, or he would have only 2 years in the league. So he would be exempt. But if both years are played, or if part of the 2021 year is played, similar to how we got half a season in 2013, if that's the case, then we'd have to protect Yogi Haru. But that's still a couple years away. We got a lot of things could happen. Trades. Who knows what this team is going to look like in 2 years? It's that's right. Arizona will be moving to the Central Division. I can't imagine them being happy with that. I mean, it's not even just Arizona, right? Like any team, if they had to move to the Central Division right now, any team out of the Pacific. I mean, you're essentially saying you're moving to arguably the best division in hockey. The hardest division probably to make the playoffs in. Like, nobody would want that. Obviously, Arizona doesn't want it. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough for them. I think that's, in terms of realignment, though, I think that's the best. I mean, that was the best solution, though, right? Like, they weren't gonna move. They weren't gonna move Calgary or Edmonton over to the Central. They weren't gonna break up the Battle of Alberta. That wouldn't make any sense. And with Phoenix or Arizona, because of their, they don't do daylight savings. They're only one time zone behind, the Central Time Zone for the majority of the year, from November through April, or is it April? I think it's April, March or April. For the vast majority of the year, they're only one time zone behind us. So in terms of like travel and time zones and everything, it works out pretty well. For the other small amount of time, they're 2 time zones, so they'd be like Pacific time zone. So I mean that was the best move they could have done, really, for the league. Really the only team they could have moved around to the Central. And they didn't. I mean, Arizona doesn't really have they don't really have an established rivalry right now. Like the rivalry they would have had would be like Vegas, but it doesn't help when Vegas is good and Arizona hasn't been good. And the fact that Vegas has only been in the league for, this is their second year. It's tough to establish a rivalry in that short of time. So you're not really breaking them away from anything. Now, some would say that Arizona will probably, or there's a chance, like they're doing this because they're going to move Arizona to like Houston or something like that. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't see Arizona really. I don't see Arizona getting relocated. I just don't. I know a lot of people do. I don't. I don't see them getting relocated as long as, honestly, as long as Austin Matthews is in the league. I just think it's too big of a connection right now, and there's a lot of hockey fans in Arizona. If you've never been down there, you wouldn't know, but hockey is thriving down there. The issue with Arizona right now isn't the fact that there's a lack of fans or interest. It's just the stadium situation. The arena situation is just, the arena is just essentially inaccessible during weekdays for weekday night games or weeknight games. That's really the issue. If they can get an arena done, a different deal done to get a new arena somewhere else, they would have no problems. Absolutely no problems. They would be, honestly, they would probably be making a profit if that was the case. But right now, they just can't because that's the issue. But a lot of people down there, a lot of young players, and obviously the league is trying to grow the game. A lot of young players, because Austin Matthews is tearing up the league, he's a big kind of hero for him, right? And I don't think the league really wants to ignore that. Houston is interesting because they have an arena, right? It's always, they already have an arena for it. It's the same arena that the Houston Rockets use. They finally have an owner for the Rockets that actually would enjoy a hockey team there. But they had an AHL team. They had the Houston Aeros. It's a big enough city that it could probably support an NHL franchise. But I don't know. I don't know if starting a team over from scratch in Houston would be a better investment for the league than keeping the Coyotes in Arizona. Because if the Coyotes left, let's say the Coyotes leave for Houston, you have all of that, all of those fans that you worked up and built up and have in Arizona. You have all those fans that you've gotten interested in hockey, the growth of the sport. You've grown into that area, and you've gained those amount of fans. If Arizona moves, honestly, probably lose. I don't think the fans would follow. I don't think the fans would follow them to Houston. I don't know what they would. I think they would almost lose that following. Now they would gain Houston fans, but like, is it worth losing all those other fans? I don't know. It's an interesting situation. It's definitely interesting. Yeah, Carolina, man. Carolina's. I mean, if Carolina moved, they wouldn't be. I don't think they wouldn't move to Houston. They wouldn't take an Eastern team and move them to the West. Because with Seattle coming, you finally have the conferences even, 16 teams apiece. So if you're going to move a team, you'd either have to keep a team in the same conference, like Carolina would have to go to like Quebec and become the Nordiques or whatever. I don't know if Quebec will ever get an NHL team. I feel like they won't ever get an NHL team again, which is kind of sad, but that just seems like the case, which is very unfortunate to people of Quebec, but especially because they paid the fee or whatever. It's ugh. Yeah, but like if you're gonna move, like say the Hurricanes to Houston, to essentially the Western Conference, you'd have to move a Western team to the East. I don't think that's gonna fly. I don't think that's gonna happen. I know, Josh. I know it's 11:30. I hate these late starts. I really do. But that's also one of the reasons I decided to try and do this live stream, because it's either do this or do what I usually do and do a video after the game. And if I do it after the game with these late starts, that's I'm not getting to bed till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And so with this, I'll actually, hopefully get to bed by midnight. No, probably not midnight. but earlier. So that's why I'm trying these out. I know it's a little different, but that was a good 2 saves by Crawford. So the Ducks are coming out. Ducks have come out firing here in this third period. The Hawks are going to have to weather this storm. Oh, that just redirected off Manning and wide. I would not have been surprised if that would have been an own goal by Manning. Yeah, Perlini, you got to go with him. Okay, if Crawford gets the chance, he needs to freeze. He needs to freeze the puck here, because right now number one, we're gassed. All right, that was a good play by Manning there. And we gotta get control of the puck though. All right. I told him to ice it. He got it down, so they can change. They changed one defenseman there. They got Gustafsson on for Seabrook, but Manning didn't get off because the puck wasn't deep enough. Now Manning should be able to get off. Yeah, he will. He got a freeze there by Gibson. Yeah, that's one of the things that we just haven't done very good job of this year, and last year really too. But we're just not winning board battles, and I don't know if it's, you know, there's obviously a physical element to that, but you look at teams like Tampa Bay, and we lost board battles to them, and I don't think they're really any larger or more physical, bigger, you know, bodies than us. Our issue, I don't think, is necessarily physicalness. I think we just haven't wanted it. Move Nashville to the east. I mean, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna move Carolina, if you move Carolina to Houston, Nashville would be a team you'd move over to the east. Like, I mean, that would be the only team I think you could do without actually relocating. Because you're not going to be able to relocate 2 teams. You'd have to have a team like Nashville where they're already in the Eastern, you know, time zone. Oh, DeBrincat, I thought he had a second. Oh, the post strikes again. Oof. It would be lovely to see DeBrincat kind of get rolling again. And it looks like he's smiling there. That was a heck of a move to grab that puck. Gets that puck, gets it to his backhand very quickly. That's a quick release. Forehand, backhand, quick release. That is not easy to do. That is very tough. He makes it just look so easy. Jeez. Gets it by Gibson, but can't beat the post. Whew. Yeah, that's a good idea. Don't pinch there. Whew. It's a tough one. Oh, that was good. Oh, get that Seabrook. There we go. Get the cycle going. Get a cycle. No. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. All right, Manning. Okay, Manning. Oh, Manning. Yes. Yeah, that was not a good play. That was not a good play by Manning. Obviously, that was not a good play by Manning. I don't think Crawford wasn't quite on his angle right there. I think it was a little off angle. It would have been nice to see him save that. But yeah, it definitely didn't get helped by Manning. So, I mean, there you go, right? You have a chance at one end, right? DeBrincat hits the post, and then you make one mistake. Manning misplays a puck in the neutral zone. The other team takes advantage, and there you go. You're down a goal. In this league, in the NHL, it's the slimmest of margins sometimes. The difference between being up a goal and down a goal. Unfortunately, we're on the wrong side of that more often than not nowadays. I mean, we can't. Here's the thing: we can't lose to these uniforms, these awful Ducks uniforms. Like, oh, there's a breakaway. No, oh, that was a good play by Forsling. Oh, it's going to be on Ducks now. Cool. I thought, for some reason, they were going to... Anissimo. Oh. I thought for some reason they were going to call Forsling. I was like... I was about to break into that, like, what did Forsling do? But that was a great recovery by Forsling. Yeah. I thought maybe they would get Forsling with some sort of, like... I don't know. I said worst case scenario in my head. All right, well, third power play of the game here. 0 for 2 right now, but we've had some decent things going on. But if we can get one here, tie this game up, 1 for 3 on power play in a game, it's kind of what you hope for, right? That's a 33% power play. That's pretty darn good if you do that game in, game out. But I would like to see, we need to get somebody in front of the net. So Taze needs to get out. There it was. He got out there. But Gibson did enough not to give a huge rebound. There was a little chance there. What pass was that? What was that to Brinkett? Jeez. Just miss a pass like that. Now you have a defensive zone draw on a power play. This is gonna waste 10 seconds for sure. Even if you win the face-off, you're still wasting at least 10 seconds here to get the puck into the zone. Oh, a little bit of chill there. Yeah, so like it took him like essentially 15 seconds to get back into the zone, and now he got cleared back out. It's one of those. It's another mistake. Like mistakes like that can add up really quickly. God, I just hate the drop pass so much. Like every team does it. Every team does it. But I just don't. I just don't like it. And this doesn't look like a power play that's going to get anything done. Was that offside? What happened to DeBrincat? Oh, he just... Oof. Oof. I think he'll be It looks like DeBrincat will be fine at least. I think he either got a stinger or oof. Nisimov got hit in the dome. Yeah, a stinger or just like a wind knocked out or something. Maybe not the wind knocked out, but something like that where it just hurts a lot. Oh, nice. Oh, Saad's just it wasn't in his wheelhouse. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. A good stick by Keith there. Gotta help. Yeah, get to that puck. Keith has to get to that puck. Okay. See, come on. Well, I mean, the puck gets out, but you had all the time in the world to get that puck out and make a clean pass out of the zone, and they pass it right into somebody's skate, and it just bounces around, and that could have turned into a, the Anaheim player picked it up and could have kept it into the zone, but he decided to take it out. That could have just been another defensive zone turnover. I mean, essentially it was, but like it could have led into something big, and we just do that too often. It's frustrating. We just gotta be cleaner. Cleaner with the puck. Can do wonders. Can do wonders. Let's see here. What do we got? 4 shots apiece so far in the third. And that's including our power play. Sharks still leading the Hurricanes 4-1. Hurricanes have 35 shots on goal to the Sharks 19. McElhaney's not really doing all that great for the Hurricanes. Although it's tough to say if it's really him or if the defense is just not playing well. It's funny because, Hurricanes have... They get praised with having great defense. But they also get praised for having some really good offense. But, look at the standings, looking at that can't be the case if they have both. They're going to be winning more games. So things just aren't coming together for them. Obviously, they're not getting the goaltending either. So that doesn't help. But 3 points out of the wild card spot. Yeah, 9-6. That was I had that on. I just had it on just kind of in the background, I think. And then just there was a point that second period was just like every 5 seconds was like another goal. I was like, what is going on? So the Flames just scored 9 goals on the Blue Jackets. So they just scored 9 goals on the Blue Jackets. Who are oh wow, that was a bad turnover. And we just lost to the Flames 3-2 the other night. You look at that Blue Jackets score, right? 9-6. You're like, okay, giving up 3 goals to them, it's not that bad, right? It's funny. It's funny how this game works sometimes. Hey Luke, welcome to the stream. Ducks fans are welcome. Don't worry, I don't bite. I just I just like my team more than yours. That's all. But yeah, 9-6 is such a weird score. It's just it just turned into a track meet, really. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you if that was like the back end of a back-to-back for any team. Oh, Crawford. That was a big save. I mean, I'm talking about the live game right now. So you have found a stream of that sort. That was a good play by Forsling. So that was very similar to what happened earlier in this game. Joki Harju had a similar play, but then right after that, Joki Harju just turns the puck. He turns the puck over right after he makes a good play like that. That play right there by Forsling is obviously the thing we hope Joki Harju would do, and Joki Harju will learn that. He's very young, and Forsling in the past would have done something like that. That was him showing kind of his experience a little bit there, what he's learned, because at one point when he was younger, he was making some mistakes like that. So, Luke, all I'm gonna say, Luke, is I'm not a big fan of the Ducks jerseys. They need to suck it up and just go all the way back to the 90s and not try this mismatch stuff. I think it just looks atrocious. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, Gustafson, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Okay. If you want to make a mistake like that but then recover, I guess guys will get lucky. Oh. Oh, that was a good steal by Saad. Oh, Saad's going to take it. Needs some help, though. No help. That was a good play by the Ducks. They're going to bank it up. Yeah. Pick up. Joki Harju, pick up the other guy. There you go. Yeah. Okay, there you go. That situation there could have easily turned into something positive for the Ducks, but the Hawks did. Oh, that was a good tip by Seabrook. That could have turned into a really good situation and maybe zone pressure for the Ducks. But the Hawks came back and played good defense there to kind of bottle them up and not let them get any chances there. And those are the types of plays we need to just see more often from the Hawks. And one of the things that we just weren't seeing a lot, or haven't been seeing a lot this season, is they just haven't back checked well enough or had defensive zone coverage on the when the opposing team is rushing. Their defensive zone coverage has been poor in those situations. Oh, Kampf, kick it in. Oh, all right, good to see DeBrincat back out there. Kampf is so interesting. He can make something out of nothing, and he's he's the last player you expect to do that. But every now and then he will. Get the trailer, there it is. Oh, another post! Jeez. Oh. My goodness. That's unfortunate. Okay, Strome. I don't know what you're trying to do there. God, 3 posts. 3 posts this game. Sometimes you just don't have the puck luck. And that's been the case way too many times this year. Oh. All right. Oh, now they're saying 4. They've had 4 posts in this game. Hey, a good goalie always has good posts to back him up. If you're gonna have a chance at the Vezina like Gibson, you got to have some good posts behind you as well. Oh, good takeaway by Anisimov there. Good play. Oh, nice. Oh. He didn't have a whole lot of room there. Get a shot out. Oh. All right, here we go. Oh, Manning. If the Ducks want to take Manning away from us, I'd be fine with that. Oh. If Kane would have stayed on that side, would have had a chance, but it is what it is. Happens. Okay, Manning, you gotta go with Getzlaff. All right, oh my God, we've had the puck. We've had the puck 3 times in our defensive zone here, and we just we can't get it out. Oh, now we have it for the 4th time, and we're waiting for a change though. All right. Kampf does show us his Patrick Kane ability, eh? All right, so about 5 minutes left to go in this game. Down a goal. They've had chances, but you're going to see them start pushing more now. You're going to start seeing. You're going to start seeing the defensemen start getting, into the offense a bit more here. We're going to see them take more chances. So that's it. If that doesn't work, Anaheim's. Oh, that was such a good shot, and it hit the post. So if that doesn't work for the Hawks, if they don't, if they make a mistake when they pinch in or something, that's going to lead to some odd man rushes for the Ducks coming up here probably. So Crawford's going to have to. I forgot to add a goal for Anaheim. You guys need to let me know if. It's 3-2 Anaheim. Sorry I didn't have that right. You guys got to help me out with that. Yeah, my score bug. Sorry, right here. My score bug. It's updated now. It's the correct score. Yeah, so I'm gonna start pressing here. And then if we don't score a goal, I would say probably it's gonna be about a little over 2 minutes, and then we'll probably pull Crawford if that's the case. But in previous games here, we've had it where we've pulled Crawford and the other team has gotten the puck like right as we're pulling them. So hopefully that's not the case this time, because if that happens, then I'd see Anaheim scoring really quickly. But we're getting towards the end of it. Well, maybe. Could be overtime. Could be a shootout. But it's been fun. It's been fun doing this live stream so far. Seems like some of you guys have enjoyed it. I know it's a late time for us Hawks fans, us central time zone fans. It's late. It's past midnight. It's officially Thursday now. But me doing these live videos means I'm not going to be staying up super late doing a video afterwards. So it's a plus in my book. And why did they just fall down in the neutral zone? What happened there? Okay, Keith, stop fumbling the puck. All right, Cahoon. Cahoon is the most aggressive. He's the most aggressive stick handler out there. He's just like chopping the puck every time he skates with it. It's hilarious. Gustafson just and that was a good play by Keith. And there was Cahoon turning the puck over in the neutral zone with his chopping of the puck. Man. All right. 4 minutes. He didn't. Why Gustafson? You you had all the time in the world, and you just sling it around the boards. You had a defensive partner you could pass to. Nobody was on you, and you turn the puck over. Like, that's... come on. Like, you'd expect me to do that in my beer league. As a professional, you can't be doing that. That was a good keep by Seabrook. Hopefully we can forecheck here. We need more guys helping out. Just late getting there. Like, oh, lucky though. We got lucky that they didn't get that puck out. And now we have a little bit of a cycle going. We have another chance here, but Gibson is a quality goaltender, so nothing there. Oh, Yoki. All right, it didn't turn into anything, so that's... Oh, that was a good play. That was a good defensive play. Oh, that could have been a penalty. That could have been a trip. But yeah, it's Hawks got away with one there. Turn the puck over. Offside. All right, so 2:08 left in the third. So gotta imagine next time the Hawks get into the offensive zone with possession, Crawford's going out. That's got to be the strategy here. That's probably what they're going to be talking about here during this break. Break out the clipboard, draw some plays around, get everything squared away. Try to tie this game up. We'll see. Oh. Is it still... Let's see. So San Jose beat Carolina 5-1. I'll tell you what, though. The Blues lost today, so that means it's a good day for us, and therefore the world. But it would be even better if we found a way to win this game. Get a twofer tonight. Because honestly, not feeling all that confident about the game tomorrow. Cam Warden net against the Vegas Golden Knights, who have picked up their play a lot recently. And they also beat us at home 8-3 the other week. Yeah, if we don't win this one, very easily could go over on this little 2-game road trip. Oh, it'd been nice to get some of those post shots to go in. An inch the other way, and it's in. That's hockey. That's hockey for you. You need some puck luck. God, my contacts have been awful all day for me. It's just wasting some time right now. Okay, all right. Now, if they control this puck and get into the zone, Crawford's going out. Right now, they're just having a hard time getting it just out of their own zone, though. This is a good job by Anaheim to waste time. Oh, that was depressing. That was super depressing. Of all the ways you want an empty netter score, like that's... Oh. Patrick Kane turning the puck over. He tries to... Oh, just fake shot and then tries to pass it, and man, just didn't work. Didn't work for him. Well, that's pretty much the game. So, unfortunately, so this is the Hawks. What? 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth loss in a row. Fifth regulation loss in a row. So we've had an 8-game losing streak this year. Now a 5-game losing streak. Tough beginning of the year. But by God, are we trying our best to get Hughes. Oh. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in and watching. It's been fun. I enjoyed it, even if the score didn't quite go our way. It was nice seeing them bounce back in that second period, at least. Tie the game up. But then just make a mistake. Brandon Manning. Ugh. Keith just put that on net. Like, I know the game's over, but you still want to see him make good plays. Just forcing passes like that. It's annoying. I didn't even realize Crawford was still out of the net. Could have been a second empty netter. Yeah. All right. Well, 4-2. 4-2 is it. That's the final. What are the stats? Let's just open up the stats quickly here. Let's just look through it. Ducks have a 5-game winning streak. Ducks are putting it together finally. Hawks are not. All right, so let's look at stats here. So yeah, Ducks out shooting the Hawks 32-27. So face-offs, what was once at the end of the first period a Blackhawks 61% to 39% advantage ended up being a Ducks 51% advantage to Hawks 49. Oh no, they just changed it to 50%. Who knows what's right? But big change since the end of the first period nonetheless. Nobody scored on the power play. There were 4 power plays in this game. Hawks were 0 for 3. If they just get one of those, if they just get one, 1 for 3, you know, that's a tie game right there. But we just have the inability to capitalize on power plays, and you're not gonna win a lot of games if you can't score on the power play. Hits were even, 29-31. Ducks had 31 there. Usually we get out hit quite a bit, but it was a pretty even game in that matchup. I don't put a lot towards hits. I know some people do, but it really depends on your style of play. Like if you beat teams with speed, so what if the other team is out hitting you? You can only hit when you don't have the puck. So if you're all about puck possession, then you're not going to be really hitting a lot, right? So what this kind of tells me is, because Blackhawks aren't really a physical team, but they're not, well, with the state they're in right now. They used to be, the core of them were always, big in puck possession, right? And they used to be a fast team. They've slowed down over the years. So this tells me, like, well, they didn't really have the puck a whole lot in this game. And that's why they have kind of an equal amount of hits. But I didn't, the defense wasn't terrible in this game. But there was just a couple of mistakes. Anaheim had a lot of kind of offensive zone time. Was able to cycle the puck a lot. So, I don't know. The defense wasn't tight enough in those situations, and we turned the puck over a lot. But in terms of, coverage, I didn't think it was that bad in this game. There wasn't a whole lot of open Anaheim players. They just had some space to work with and cycled it well. But there wasn't, blown assignments, is I guess what I'm trying to get at. But a couple mistakes, the Manning mistake in that neutral zone turns into the game-winning goal for Anaheim. Just a couple mistakes like that. The other team takes advantage, and that's the difference in the game. Hawks hit a couple posts in this game. That's the difference in this game. So another loss for the Hawks, another win for the Ducks. It's just the way it goes, and fortunately, it's just been going that way all season. So, well, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's late now. So late night starts. I know these suck. But it was fun. It was fun doing this. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed, hosting. But yeah, we got a game tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I'll probably do the same thing. I'll probably do another live stream since it's on our late start against the Golden Knights. Feel free to join me again. Hopefully, if you enjoyed enough, you'll do so. But until then, thanks for watching. Stay safe, make good decisions, and, well, I'll see you then.